Hey, check my levels here. All right. Uh, Today we're going to talk about Frankenstein and what it means to me. Um, I'm hoping to bring up a few semi-personal points, and then possibly, maybe if I get to it, pull back and talk more broadly about duality. This video is pretty much about duality. Um, Definitions are good. Let's talk definitions here. Um, for me, Frankenstein has always I've always felt like a Frankenstein, like I've been stitched together from different parts, different people. Those people being my parents, and yes, we'll touch on. There's also going to be a little nurture versus nature kind of thing here. My parents came from very cultural. They were culturally opposite. Um, and it's always and this is something I've always been aware of since a very young age. Consulting notes here. I wrote shit down. Look out. Um, okay. Frank, Frankenstein. To me, it means misfit, aberration, monster. Oh, maybe. I'm sure there's some friends and foes of the past that have thought me monstrous. But it consists of two core elements that are often desperate. Um, like I said, and I've always felt this way. Um, I okay. Case in point, I definitely inherited my father's intellect, but my mother's heart. Uh, that said, mom was not dumb and dad wasn't completely heartless. Um, Mom was wise and empathetic and compassionate. I got my work ethic from her, but she suffered no fools at all. Dad, he was calculating and dry and almost robotic. Um, but he loved in his own way. Let's put it that way. Um, so, and luckily, mom raised me, because there I think I got the best of both worlds there. See, I see the world. I'm very analytical. I see the world in patterns and parts and elements, but through years and years, mom pounded into my skull bone brain bucket here, um, compassion and selflessness and empathy. Now, mind you, empathy is still my weakest attribute, but we're all working on something, whether we know it or not. Um, Boom, 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 and yes, I am a big fan of Dr. Jordan Peterson, and this all stems from my little revelation years ago. Anybody not familiar with his work? He Let's talk about he talks quite a bit about and makes perfect sense. And like I said, it really set off a light bulb for me. Uh, Law and chaos, and you need to have one foot in law and one foot in chaos. Case in point, law definitions are good. Law meaning structure, hierarchies, um, stability, and chaos meaning not chaos isn't always bad. That's anyway. Chaos meaning creativity, discovery, spark. Okay, but too much of one or the other. If you both feet are in structure in law, you stagnate, you rust. Uh, Nothing is discovered, and eventually turns tyrannical. Flip side of the coin here: too much chaos. Yeah, you got everybody running around doing stuff, but nothing gets created. Lots of creation gets done, but nothing gets finished. There needs to be a healthy tension between the two. They help each other out. So you need to ride the line. Think of a yin and yang symbol. You want to ride that curvy line on the yin and yang, and it's tough, but that's the ultimate goal. What else have we got here? Case in point, for me, I'm a I'm a selective control freak. Case in point is I love my structure. I love drivable highways, having the internet, a consistent good internet, and the lights are always on. I can always turn on the lights, and that infrastructure. I like my paychecks getting the direct deposit working. So I like structure, hierarchies. I can go to my boss any given time, respectfully, and talk to him, and he can come to me anytime, respectfully. But at the same time, I love my chaos. Let's talk about music. Frank Zappa, They Might Be Giants. A lot of my metal and hardcore and punk definitely have both feet in chaos. But the skill and the musicianship, just the pure skill behind it all, is undeniable. A lot of my books, I'm not an avid reader, but when I do read, I love me Heinlein, and I've got a few written down. Heinlein and King and Tolkien and Edgar Allan Poe, Lovecraft. A lot of chaos over there, a lot of tension, a lot of suspense, a lot of unpredictability and surprises. I love that stuff. I've never really been a normie. I've never been a suit and tie guy. That's structure right there, right? But, but the dishwasher has to be loaded in a certain way. Much to the chagrin of my wife. Okay, she's shown me the dishwasher way. Thank you, honeybee. So there's a constant tug back and forth with me. I'm going to end this with just some advice. Like I said, I'm not comfortable talking about myself, if you couldn't tell. So I will say this though: you have one foot in law, one foot in law, 1 foot in chaos with your personal relationships. Be there for your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, whoever is you're with. Be there for them every day. Be that rock of stability every day. That's not enough. You got to surprise her. Bring her flowers, bring her gifts. You know, get home from work or wherever and say, throw on your dancing dress and let's go dancing. She needs that. She needs that. Both sides of that coin of you. So in other words, my advice to you is to find that balance between law and chaos and try to ride that thin yin and yang line as best you can. That's the goal. So there.